Not too long ago, I was having a conversation with one of my conference partner, a minister as well. And we were talking about what's going on in the schools around the world, but mainly in Jamaica, how violent the kids are. And what came up in that discussion is that the government need to put out some money to get counseling and get this and get that and the whole works in the school. My take on that was not so. The government is not the parent. The government is not living in each individual's home. And it's not one child that is going to school and behaving that way. It's all of the children. So this shows me that something is wrong in all of the homes. Now, one would ask me, Sister Grace, what is wrong in all of the homes? People of God, there is no God in the homes. The parents are living in sin. They don't have no respect or reverence to God. They don't go to church. They don't read Bible. They don't have a personal relationship with God. None of the homes do. And God bless the one home. So out of 100%, 99.9 of the homes do not have God as their foundation, do not build their family and their relationships on God. They are living in sin anyhow they want. They gossip and tell lies, sexual immorality. They drink, smoke, do anything they want to live carelessly outside of God. And they are bearing and rearing children in that environment. And that's what all the homes are doing. And so there might be a one house that built a foundation on God and raised their children on God. And that's the child that becomes the punching bag at school and the one that they abuse and alive. Because 90% of the homes and the school is of the homes that are sending children to school is not living for God. You have some of the parents that will take up the children them and send them to church, not because they believe in God, but from Monday to Friday they send them to school. On Saturday and Sunday them know they're home and they don't have no babysitter, so they send them to church. Parents sending your children to church and not going with them is the same thing as you never send them. You are sending them there to go learn something where you not teach them in the home. So when they come to church, a certain lesson is being taught, they don't even understand. Because you yourself don't know. Nobody is praying at night before sleep. Nobody is inviting the presence of God in the home, in the food, on the bed. And these are the homes that are producing children and sending them to school. So until mothers and fathers that plan to bear and rear children start to build their family foundation on Christ and instill the love and fear of God in their children and in their home, the problem will forever be there, and the government could have spent money till him weak. That won't stop what's happening in the schools, because it begins with the home. It is the parents' responsibility to make sure that their children knows God. Mothers and fathers, you are the first teacher. And it's what you're teaching your kids at home that they are going to the school to display. They live what they learn. And they are living in an ungodly environment where there are no rules, no laws, and no morals. And when they go to school, they go there operating the same way. The only difference with home and school is that you, the parents, is not there and they're wearing a uniform. But it's what you instill in them at home, they bring to school. And no matter how much money the government spend for counselors and do this and do that, it won't change anything until the parents turn away from their sins and back to God, build a relationship and a foundation with God, and invite God in the presence of their home and the lives of their children. Because these people do not know right from wrong. They don't know what sin is. They don't know what immorality is. And so they go around doing any and everything just like their parents. These homes and children are not displaying the character of the Prime Minister. They're not coming from the Prime Minister's home. It's not the Prime Minister teaching these kids, you know. It's not the Prime Minister bring them in this world. So when everything is left on the Prime Minister, what's the responsibility of the parents? Me and you will get them PZ Carned Yamet Pitney here. What is your responsibility? It's to mother them. It's to father them. It's to parent them. It is your responsibility to teach those that are within your household about God, whether you ban them or not. And if you're living a life where you don't know God and you're not telling these kids about God, and they're going to school, go meet up on other children who don't know God and for them parents, appear Satan their school. Peer evil spirit to run up and down. Peer empty vessel with demonic spirits in them liable to do anything. And then if one of the teacher bright enough to say, you know what, I'm going to discipline this child or children, my dear, all of the parents them come to school come beat the teacher and the principal. And if that's not good enough, the government is going to lock you up. So you see how far this thing gone. And so we fast forward and we come now to the new incident that just happened down in Asante, where they're saying that this child is demonically possessed when we wake up in the middle of the night and unalive him brother and him mother. Rightly so. Because Christ is not the foundation in the home. And you did not build your family upon the love of God and the teachings and the believing and the morals of God. You raised them in a Cain house, a Satan house. And that's what you taught them. And then you're going to say, how can one person be so wicked? Listen, you can only be righteous if you're walking with God, if the Spirit of God is in you. Apart from that, you're wicked. And if you don't know God, none at all, and nobody in your family now serve God and never accept God, you're a wicked and dreadful generation. Anything is liable of happening. It sounds harsh, but it is true. Parents are your responsibility for teach on pitney about God and make sure you instill God in them. And you supposed to serve God. But you out here I live anyhow wanna go have pitney and expect that them a go come good.